Oh, hi. Didn't see you there. I'm Nils Kimmel from 6000 Sheep. You may be wondering why the film group didn't enter any video into this year's BC Student Film Festival. Did we think ourselves too good for the festival? No. I assure you, that's not the case. Even though we used thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars worth of camera equipment, BC Student Film Festival was always in the highest of our minds. So why didn't we get it done? Well, as you'll see, 6000 Sheep ran into some problems. Enjoy this short documentary on how and why. As you most likely know, 6000 Sheep were a popular and successful production group in the early to mid-2010s. The group consisted of myself, Nils Kimmel, Eric McDonald, Callan Ray, Winston Bowl, Zachary Lowen, and very briefly, Sean Matheson. The name 6000 Sheep, where did that originate?
Well, if you try to say 6,000th sheep to yourself, you'll notice that it is very hard to say.
Okay, honestly, I have no idea where 6,000 sheep came from. Like, that's what you go with it.
I think it was one night, we were all gathered together at my house. I couldn't think of any ideas anymore, and I was like, alright guys, I'm just gonna fall asleep, because maybe I'll think of something in my sleep, because, you know, usually I come up with most of the ideas in the group. I just laid back, closed my eyes, and I started counting sheep. And, you know, usually when I get up to around like 200, I think, that's when I usually fall asleep, but for some reason that night I just could not fall asleep. I got all the way up to 6,000 sheep. And yeah, I was like, hey guys, what about 6,000th sheep? Because, you know, why not? And you know, it turns out they loved it, and it's been our name ever since.
How did you get into 6000 Sheep?
Oh, well, it must have been about 3 years ago, and I knew this famous group of filmmakers, I guess, that were in my school, and I saw some of their videos, and it was just amazing, the kind of quality they were putting out. And every night I went to bed, I always saw in the back of my head, oh, I wonder if I could be part of that group, just be famous like those guys are. And sure enough, I ran into one of the guys shortly later, and I guess that's where things really took a turn for the better. I asked one of the, well, actually first started off where I was commenting on the quality of the videos that they made from the group, and I asked them, hey, do you think there's any room for me in that group? And they're like, sure.
You know, we started off in about grade 9, just working with a single 70, and gradually we got better and we got more equipment, and now we're working with 2 Blackmagics.
So it was about a week after I first joined the production company 6000 Sheep that we started our first short film, Awakening. At the time we were using a 7D, which I'm sorry, but 7D, are you serious? I can't even believe that. But yeah, at the time, it's kind of embarrassing. We were using our 7D, and that's, I guess, all we could afford at the time. But we were using that. We had a jib, a couple sliders, you know, basic small setup. And that really opened, I think, it opened doors for us, opened new opportunities for us to get new gear. Since then, we have 2 Blackmagic cinema cameras, 6D, 5D Mark III. But the thing with the DSLRs is they don't shoot 4K. I mean, sorry for any of you viewers, but when you have money, you want to get the best gear you possibly can. And DSLRs are, you know, they're okay.
It was after Zoomfest 2013 that we realized that we wanted to really make a good short film that showed off the best of our abilities for BC Student Film Festival. We had plans to make a video about, mainly about friendships and gunmen, and none of those videos ever really came to be. Finally, I had an idea about a paperboy and a businessman who kind of meet and become friends on a park bench, and that was the one we were going to shoot, but that video never worked either.
On the first day of shooting, it was before school, and we were filming a morning scene, a wake-up scene, in one of the rooms on our production set. And Eric, I think, was on sound. I was helping. What was I doing? I was shooting behind the scenes at the time. Nils was on camera, and Kellen was doing what he does best. Is this day one of shooting?
Day one of shooting. Day one of shooting.
Yeah. Let's do a tour of everyone. I'm behind the scenes manager.
Yeah, just throw it at once.
Now joining our group here.
Oh.
Day one.
There's no two. Slider cameras are too mains.
Yeah, that was the first scene. The second scene was actually when Zach rushes downstairs and quickly pours some cereal into a bowl. And the whole thing is in a really fast rush, so we tried to really capture that in the moment of this production. So we had the black magic going, and we had another black magic going, just in case something happened to the first one, you know, the SSD cards, you never know about that. We had a couple reflectors, you know, LED panels, all this gear. It was just really warms the heart of my self. Are you guys seeing this?
I'm seeing this.
What are your comments on this?
Damn it.
I think that we're basically almost done, so.
Yeah, the video production was doomed from the start. You know, the weather wasn't working out the way I thought it would. I needed sun. The weather was giving me clouds and rain. You know, Zach was doing his play, and so was Sean. And so the video never really was meant to be. We brought special guest Sean Matheson in to play the part of the newspaper boy. We had never filmed anything with him before. That was the very day that 6,000 Sheep broke up.
I was afraid for Zach the whole time that there's a slight chance that that Sean would just be a better actor than him. And we'd lose Zach from our group. Sure enough, I was right. As always.
But you have to, like, knock over the... Yeah, well, no, I'm not gonna actually, because then I'm gonna make you set up every time. That way. That's what I'm here for.
Put some crumbs on your jacket. Just like... crumb yourself. Take like a Ritz thing. We only got one scene with Sean Matheson completely filmed, which was just a single shot of him staring into a TV and getting a phone call for him to come into work.
Hello?
We went upstairs to shoot another scene with Zach and realized we needed a smaller focal length. So we all waited for Winston to arrive with his 14mm. That's when the incident happened.
The entire group was on the set at the time, except for me. I was about an hour and a half late. And I walked into the set, and everyone was upstairs editing. I guess it was compiling footage from one of the previous shots we've done.
One gun!
Gear.
One gun!
Gear.
Oh, look at his gear. Have you been
This
smoking?
would be the only time in 6,000 Sheep's history where every single member of the group was in the same room. It would not last long.
Okay, I got the gear.
Take me back to the moments leading up to Kellen throwing the phone and ultimately the breakup of the 6,000 Sheep.
We had everything ready. As you can see behind me, all their gear.
Zach was in the computer room with all our computers. He was making lots of noise on his phone.
I heard this a really annoying kind of clicking sound almost, probably from a game on Zach's phone. So, sure enough, Kellen thought he would do the right thing and went up to Zach and grabbed the phone from his hands and threw it on the front lawn. I remember hearing Zach saying, "If you throw that, I'm leaving the group." But I was so hyped up at the moment at that point, I just didn't really say anything to Kellen. So Kellen threw the phone. I looked at Zach, And before I knew it, he was getting his things and was on his way out the door.
Oh, why don't you get the behind the scenes from the? Why don't you get the behind the scenes from the? Oh.
Thank you. I couldn't take it anymore. He needed to be taught a lesson, you know. He just takes this entire group for granted. Who does he think he is?
Okay, Kel.
Yeah. So, as you can see, we have Eric, Nils, Sean, me, you. Wait, where'd Zach go? Turns out, oh, Zach decided to leave us. He's not here with us anymore.
And why is that, Kellen?
'Cause I threw his phone.
So whose fault is that, Kellen?
It's my fault.
How does this make you feel? How does this change your life for today?
You know, I'm still in shock. It hasn't really hit me yet. So, yeah, you know, I don't know.
Zach doesn't seem serious a lot, but that seems pretty serious.
Yeah,
Oh, whoa, look at that camera.
but you know, we've had our highs and our lows. This wasn't the first instance of Kellen throwing Zachary Lowen's phone. That had happened once before during the shooting of Zoomfest.
Remember how to fix
it's not good. I'm insulted by the fact that he's right here. We're filming, you know, and he's on his phone talking to someone else. Like, we're not even in the room. Like, we don't even matter, you know? That really pisses me off.
Being on your phone is sometimes not the best thing to do in our group. I mean, when you want to have a good conversation or you're trying to see what ADR to use, you really need to be focused that whole time. And I think just phones generally just, I think, break our group apart.
Oh, snap. Oh.
I think we're about ready to go. That was a joke. Listen, I'm not gonna lie, that's a little annoying.
He's too into it.
Wait, say that again?
I said, it's a little bit annoying.
Sure. Okay,
Hey, Winston!
I don't see what the big problem is here.
We're wasting time.
Good.
Is the mic on?
Yeah.
Make sure it's on the best setting, the highest one.
How are we gonna make it look like Slenderman texting in the background.
Yeah. I think he's the most texty person I know. At least out of, like, guys anyway.
The friction that day between the members was high. Fast approaching deadline. Sun shining day outside. Oh, that's gone. We need to think.
We need to think strategically.
Okay. When Zach left, I was really sad because I knew things just wouldn't be the same after that. And things just don't go nearly as well anymore.
Man, Zach really hasn't been... If we don't do this without him, then, like, he's pretty much out of the group because we just did 2 videos without him.
Look at my face.
Okay, wait. Don't exposed.
Zachary Lowen, I know you're watching this video right now. You better be part of our team because the team stays together. You better come back. We better finish this video. We're gonna make everyone on this nation proud because.
You know, Winston, you didn't even know what video we were filming until I told you.
But he's stuck together.
But I'm still part of the team.
Yeah, but you weren't here this morning. You came like an hour ago.
But he came.
But I came. and this is the team, and I'm here.
Yeah, like 5 hours late.
You know what, Nils?
What?
Who do you think the breakup can be blamed on, if anybody?
I don't believe Kellen throwing the phone was the right answer, but it must have been Sean. I mean, the stress from that day of having new actors, having multiple cameras, having thousands of dollars of camera gear set up was really riding on all our shoulders, I'm sure.
It wasn't necessarily Sean actively doing anything. It was mostly Kellen doing that, but I think that it might have thrown off the chemistry of the group.
You know, from the beginning, I didn't really like him all that much.
You know, personally, I think it was Sean's fault. He was only there for a few hours, and I guess that was just enough to break 6,000 Sheep's dynamic altogether.
The day Sean came into our... The day he came into our group is the day Zach left our group, which is the day that 6,000 Sheep ended. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Definitely made a negative atmosphere on the group, you know. He definitely didn't help Zach stay on track, you know. You can see in the video he was on the computer going you know, we're a professional group. That's not acceptable. Was it Sean's fault completely? Not entirely, you know, but he definitely did have a role to play in Zach leaving the group.
So how did you know the group?
Well, I go to the same high school as them. I've known them since grade 8. I mean, I only ate each and every single one of my lunches with them. They were my friends. I don't know what happened to them. They were doing so well.
If you had one thing to say to them, what would you say?
Keep going! Don't stop! You were so close to what you were trying to achieve. I know you can do it.
If you had one thing to say to Zachary Lowen in this present time, what would it be?
Well, on the day of Zach's departure, Nils Kellen and I made a video on his $10,000 computer, and basically what was in that was all the good times we've had with Zach.
6,000 Sheep. That ended 3 or 4 weeks ago. You know, we started off working with a single 7D. It's amazing to see how far we've come since then. So we have, for the first time in 2 weeks, a couple of the members reuniting. How does it feel?
You know, it feels good. We all want you. We all need you, Zach. We want to make films with you, not without you. You are the ticket to success. This is worthless without you, Zach. We need you to join our group again. I want to make movies, but I can't do that if you're gone.
In conclusion, 6,000 Sheep were a very popular and successful group in their time. Friction got in the way, as well as timing issues and dates needed to be done, and the video project ultimately failed, as well as the group falling apart. Attempts have been made since then to reunite the group and finish the final product of the video. Unfortunately, none of those have worked. Hey, here's to the future. From all of us at 6,000 Sheep, thank you.